Ladies and gents, guess who's back? Here to stay too. Arzota, of a multifarious amount of staff positions, and the Black Scourge. Once more, reporting for LOTCBC. RP news is quite substantial this week, and now, for lack of anything more expansive than its empire, let's start with the humans. To start, this week in human political drama, Carrion I was reportedly kidnapped this week, the Decturum and many other orders setting out to find him. A bird was later received shortly thereafter, detailing that the King Carrion was in fact in his throne room. Upon hearing of this apparent kidnapping, Carrion I decided a declaration of war against the dwarves, with the backing of the Orcish Confederacy, would do the situation justice. Moving quickly over to Elven news is a nested subject here. The Gremlins have not much to report, other than the humans' plan to soon move in to deal with the quote-unquote edgy problem. In my not-so-humble opinion, that's pretty edgy. What else? The humans have now allocated the castle of Ardkarak to those who wish to fight against the Black Scourge, the UAC more specifically. Check out the forum page if you're interested in fighting against this threat. The next month will certainly be busy for the human kingdoms and its allies. They remind any residents that the Battle of Ambriel is on the 11th of January, Elven time that is. This last point segues nicely into the violent events of yet another Battle of Storm's Crossing. Pitted against the dwarves, the humans were pushed back upon almost every skirmish. Inside sources, this may have been due to help from the Black Scourge itself, more specifically the newly incarnated Red Harbingers. These reported new Harbingers are the culmination of Sethran's efforts to support his upper command. Immolated just as their predecessors, their armor takes on a more rusty, red color. So far, two are known to the general population of Anthos, yet none truly know what the Drakkar has in store. Pertaining to the dwarves, the Great Wall of Aragon and the Torngrad Fort were built about the dwarven border, both constructed simultaneously and in less than 2 elven days. In their own acts of war, the Legion Marshals Aher Irongrinder led many successful raids upon both the Orcish Confederation and the Human Empire this week. Finally for the dwarves, the Obsidian Throne was moved from Kal Azgoth to Storm's Crossing by the Engineering Guild. The throne room has also been modified to better fit these changes. Rounding back once more to human news though, King Henrik Heretic Carrion I was married to Catherine Winter this week. Reports from inside the palace report she is already pregnant with their first son and/or daughter. In Orcish news, the Wargoth Malog Erlak was promoted to general in the Orcish Coalition Army. The Orcish Confederacy, despite their numbers, backs the UAC, and the Lur clan is in a slow but steady decline from power within the Orcish government. Finally, we look to the player-made group, the Scions of the Third Age by name, led by the player Arkelos, or better known as Vardak. Along with allies such as the United Anthos Coalition, the combined forces and self-proclaimed protagonists seek to retake the land of Lenfarthing and the corrupted Cloud Temple region from the Scourge. Moving on from RP news into technical team news, I promise, things are happening, people are being added, things are being put out, but I can't tell you. On a more unrelated and arguably relatable note though, brothels are banned once more. Albeit they were fun while they lasted, the GMs deemed them unnecessary and one of the key promoters of cybering on the server. Kinda interesting. Native is now lead developer, due to the lovely New Year's update post made by Viper, revealing this among a number of other things, such as his promotion to head admin and overlord of the GMs. Finally with admin and staff news, admins have now been given actual responsibilities in hopes to actually organize them better, and a number of new GMs have been accepted into trial GMship. These are Kodo, Xarces, Gabriel 101X, and NPEC. As for SM news, this is where we would put it, if we had any. Yes, that's right. Server moderators were disbanded as a team, and with their fall comes the return of the GM app. This week in FM land was a quiet one to say the least, although the team did lose Princeton to whatever forces may be in the land of IRL. For those left, the relentless effort of cracking down on the rules seems to be paying off, as trolls are finally getting their just desserts when it comes to their actions. Finally, Dan had a birthday on the 3rd of January, so congrats on being older and all that. On to AT news this week. Quivener Cygnus was commemorated for having the most apps completed this month, with a total of 81 apps reviewed, significantly more than the amount of server applications accepted. Questions are now being raised by the ever-inquisitive community if the AT is now turning back to its old, stricter past. In VAT news, the numbers are in for this month, and Falcor is at the top of the list, with an incredible 108 villain applications reviewed, followed shortly behind by 541, with 79 villain applications reviewed, and this is preceding Lim, with a moderately impressive 18 VAs reviewed. The amount of villain applications reviewed this month was 224, with an approval rate of 54.91%. Members lost were Benji, Jtheo, Trovo, and Lim, while there were no additions. Media team continues to do media team things. Not much to report here, or with the event team it seems. Quite a lot to report in community news this week, due to the New Year's update, such as the fact that the achievement ranks and ex-staff ranks are now removed. These also include Total Top Hat, Fancy Fedora, Brilliant Breezer. Yet, it seems that Old Hat is going to stick around for the moment. Also, signature restrictions are now off the map, and I for one am glad I can once more shove my volumes full of quotes and gifs back into every topic I post in. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case, along with the LOTCBC report. Oh, and good luck taking back Glen Farthing in the Cloud Temple from the Scourge. Trust me, you'll need it. Arzoda signing off for this week on LOTCBC.